In today's show, Bitcoin whales join the small fish and buying Bitcoin as the price holds above $47,000. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest technical analysis from Ecoinometrics, Glassnode Analytics, and Rec Capital. Also in today's show, Bitcoin bull and bear cycles to become a thing of the past, according to on-chain analyst and statistician Willy Woo. He was recently interviewed and shared the following. I don't think we're going to have like what we see, these normal 4-year cycles again. I'm calling this the last cycle, and people will think that's very somber and bearish. But no, I mean like this thing does a drunk walk of ups and downs, trending upwards as it finds its adoption for indefinite amounts of time. These 4-year cycles are gone. That's what I think might be happening, which is a big revelation because that's against the expectation of the majority think. So we'll see if that plays out. Also in today's show, Ethereum is ready for a massive run, according to Altcoin Daily. In fact, he shares with his almost 1 million subscribers on YouTube the following: Ethereum in smart contracts. So this is basically Ethereum that can't be sold because they are being utilized. They have utility due to the outright explosion of DeFi. The amount of Ether placed in smart contracts has similarly gone to all-time highs. In fact, an unbelievable 26% of ETH is in smart contracts at the moment. We can only expect this trend to continue. Also in today's show, Plan B Stock to Flow Bitcoin price model predicts a $100,000 Bitcoin price by Christmas, and that's the worst case scenario. As Stock to Flow creator discusses the time model, I'll be breaking down the latest from Plan B, creator of the Bitcoin Stock to Flow model. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin, Ether, and most major altcoins are currently correcting and in the red. But where's the Bitcoin price likely to go next? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day, so be sure to smash that subscribe button and hit that bell icon to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium Crypto News Alerts every single day, just like this, and help me get to 50,000 subs. That's the goal. And real quick, before I kick off today's show, today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, BlockFi, the leading provider of financial products and services for crypto investors. Here's where you can put your crypto to work and earn up to a 7.5% APY with a BlockFi interest account. And their new flagship product is this sexy BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards Visa credit card, where you can start earning 3.5% back in Bitcoin on all your purchases within your first 90 days, then 1.5% Bitcoin back thereafter. To take advantage of this special offer, as well as receive up to a $250 crypto bonus with a deposit of $100 or more, go ahead and use my referral link in the description right down below, and let's start stacking those sats, shall we? All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. As usual, we have a lot to cover, so let's dive right in. Rich crypto investors are turning their attention back to Bitcoin as its price continues to eye a breakout move back above $50,000. Crypto-focused newsletter Ecoinometrics reported positive changes in Bitcoin holdings for addresses controlling 1,000 to 10,000 BTC. So based on their rising account balances throughout August, Ecoinometrics spotted a renewed accumulation sentiment among whales, hinting that wealthy investors consider the current Bitcoin price levels as attractive to place bullish bets, as they share right here on Crypto Twitter. Recently, there has been some on-chain divergence between small fish who are accumulating coins and whales who are offloading coins. That's not ideal to support Bitcoin's price, but it looks like things are changing. Whales are ticking back up, as you can see right here in this chart, brought to you by Ecoinometrics. Now, the sentiment appeared the same among the small fishes as well. Bitcoin investors that hold less than 1 BTC, Ecoinometrics reported that they have been accumulating Bitcoin since June, and during a period have also absorbed the selling pressure coming from the whale side. Their buying sentiment coincided with a price rally to $50,000, which is a key psychological resistance level. Now let's talk about the supportive data. Blockchain analytics platform Glassnode also reported a spike in buying sentiment among small fishes. In detail, the number of addresses holding at least 0.1 BTC reached a 3-month high of 3,231,000 on Monday, further validating the accumulation data above. And right here you can see the Bitcoin number of addresses currently holding 0.1 BTC or more. Meanwhile, Glassnode's unspent transaction output data alert presented the $45,000 to $50,000 range, wherein whales capitulated the most recently as a strong support area. Quoting them right here on Crypto Twitter, Bitcoin price is currently sitting at the top end of a strong on-chain support zone over 1 1.65 million BTC now have an on-chain cost basis within the $45,000 to $50,000 range. The green zone below at 31 to 40,000 is also home to another 2.98 million BTC, indicative of large accumulation demand, as you can see right here in this chart. Now let's talk about Bitcoin holding above the green wave as the whale and fish alert surfaces, as the Bitcoin market awaits a clear breakout move back above 50,000. And at this time it currently stands, the Bitcoin exchange rate has been consolidating under the set resistance level since August 27th. And in doing so, the pair have also found interim support above 47,000, which more or less has been coinciding with a 20-day exponential moving average floor, which is the green wave in this chart right here on your screen. And historically, a break below the 20-day exponential moving average prompts traders to move their downside target to the 50-day exponential moving average, which is currently near 43,500. And popular market analyst Rec Capital also presented an outlook that highlighted the levels around 43,500 as Bitcoin's next support range. As he shares here on Crypto Twitter, the lack of weakness in this red area for Bitcoin has translated into downside. Bitcoin is in no man's land following its rejection from the red area. Next major support area is the orange region below, as you can see right here in this chart. Now, the small fishes have accumulated Bitcoin relentlessly in the $40,000 to $50,000 range with no signs of trend reversals in the previous 30 days. But on the other hand, whales underwent a capitulation period when Bitcoin entered the $45,000 to $50,000 range. And before I break down our next story of the day, Bitcoin bull and bear cycles to become a thing of the past, according to on-chain analyst Willy Woo, as well as Ethereum is ready for a massive run, according to Altcoin Daily, as well as Plan B stock to flow Bitcoin price model predicts a $100,000 Bitcoin price by Christmas, worst case scenario, as Stock to Flow creator discusses the time model. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin currently correcting down 1.5% for the day, trading just above $47,600. We have Ethereum down 1%, trading just under $3,200. Solana, new all-time high. It broke out this morning, now up 10%, trading just above $100 in price discovery mode. We have Binance Coin down about 2%, trading at $472. Cardano down 2.6%, trading at $2.79. And Chainlink down 2.5%, trading just under $25. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day. On-chain analyst and statistician Willy Woo says the pronounced bull and bear cycles will become a thing of the past for the king of all crypto. In a new interview with news personality Natalie Brunell, Woo says that the typical 4-year cycles that most analysts observe in Bitcoin will be replaced by a drunken wall upward, much like the S&P 500 or other major stock indices. Quoting him here, the schedule really is for the bull market to peter out around December onwards, and currently the on-chain data is saying otherwise. Now that we are approaching our fourth quarter, the data looks quite different from any other cycle we've seen before, and people keep thinking that we'll template this bull/bear cycle to the past ones. And if you look at on-chain structurally, everything looks different. I think it's a fair chance that we will not go into what we think, which is a traditional Bitcoin bear market, which generally is a huge retrace of maybe 80% of its value, and it also takes about 9 months to a year to shake out. I don't think that's going to happen, and I now think that judging from the maturity of the market and the impact of the different parts of the demand and supply from different parts of the ecosystem, we're breaking out of this 4-year cycle, which is really contingent on the network becoming program to have. Now, the Bitcoin 4-year cycle suggests that Bitcoin goes through a massive run-up on year 1, followed by a brutal bear market, and then an accumulation phase prior to recovery and continuation. How many of you watching this live right now have experienced a full 4-year cycle? Let me know in the live chat. Now, Wu says he sees Bitcoin as being in its last cycle before entering a new era where Bitcoin no longer has obvious bull and bear markets. Quoting him again here, I do not think we're going to have like what we see, these normal 4-year cycles again. I'm calling this the last cycle, and people will think that's very somber and bearish, but no, I mean, like, this thing does a drunk walk-up of ups and downs trending upwards as it finds its adoption for indefinite amounts of time. These 4-year cycles are gone. That's what I think might be happening, which is a big revelation because that's against the expectation of the majority think. So we'll see if that plays out. And to watch this entire interview with Willy Woo entitled Bitcoin's Last Cycle, check the show notes below the video in the description and let me know if you agree or disagree disagree with the on-chain analysts. And before I break down our next story of the day, Ethereum is ready for a massive run, according to Altcoin Daily, and explains why, as well as Plan B stock to flow Bitcoin price model predicts a $100,000 Bitcoin price by Christmas, worst case scenario, as the stock to flow creator discusses the time model. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting just under $2.1 trillion with $91 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and the current Bitcoin dominance is 43.6% with the Ether dominance at 18.1%. And checking out the top gainers within the top 100, we have Revain leading the pack up 43% for the day and 120% for the week, trading at 2.3 cents. Phantom up about 37%, trading at 70 cents, and Perpetual Protocol up 22%, trading just under $22. Now, which altcoins are you currently most bullish on during this bull run? Let me know in the comments right down below. And now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 73 out of 100 in greed. Yesterday was a 72, last week a 79, and last month a 60 in greed. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity, aka BTFD, buy that freaking dip. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day. Altcoin Daily host Aaron Arnold says he believes Ethereum is poised for a massive move up amid exponentially strong fundamental growth. In a new video, he tells his 952,000 YouTube subs that Ethereum is going through a supply shock courtesy of the EIP 1559 update, which permanently removes a certain amount of Ethereum from the circulating supply each time a transaction is processed. Quoting him right here, the Ethereum block space is getting used, and because Ethereum changed its monetary policy, an insane amount of ETH is getting burnt, over 100,000 Ethereum, due to NFT platforms, decentralized exchanges, decentralized finance, and play-to-earn games and stablecoins. And at this time, Ethereum tracking tool EtherChain shows that over 125,900 ETH have been torched since the update launched earlier this month. And another reason why Arnold is bullish on Ether is due to its low annual inflation rate. Quoting him again here, for the first time, Ethereum's daily issuance was actually lower than that of Bitcoin. So understand this, Ethereum's net inflation was 1.1% annualized, and Bitcoin's net inflation was 1.75% annualized. Arnold is also looking at the explosion of the total value locked in decentralized finance platforms. According to Altcoin Daily host, the amount of capital locked in DeFi puts Ethereum in a position to compete as one of the largest banks in the world. Quoting him again here, ever since the beginning of the year, the total value locked in DeFi, which is primarily Ethereum, has gone exponential. On January 1st, the beginning of the year, total value locked was a modest 16 billion. It seemed like a lot of time, but today that number is now a staggering $85 billion. This would place Ethereum as the 20th largest bank in the world by market cap. And finally, Arnold highlights that over a quarter of Ethereum's total supply is locked in smart contracts, as he shares here, Ethereum and smart contracts. So this is basically Ethereum and can't be sold because they are being utilized. They have utility due to the outright explosion of DeFi. The amount of Ether placed in smart contracts has similarly gone to all-time highs. And in fact, an unbelievable 26% of all ETH is in smart contracts. At the moment, we can only expect this trend to continue. To watch this entire video entitled Ethereum is Ready to Pop, check the show notes below the video in the description and let me know if you are bullish on Ethereum and where do you feel the Ethereum price is likely to end before the end of this year. Do you think realistically we can cross $10,000 per ETH? Holla at your boy in the live chat. And before I break down our final story of the day, Plan B stock to flow Bitcoin price model predicts a $100,000 Bitcoin price by Christmas, worst case scenario, as stock to flow creator discusses this time model. But first I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the crypto market. This goes for all 900 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including my daily letter, which goes out to over 30,000 subscribers every single day. To subscribe, visit letter.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also have a blog I update daily, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also be sure to smash that subscribe button and hit that bell icon to turn on all notifications and help me get to 50,000 subs. You can also follow me on Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, Apple's iTunes, and Google Play. And of course, you can follow me on crypto Twitter. My Twitter handle is Crypto News Yes, and also you can follow me on Facebook, Telegram, and TikTok, so be sure to follow me there. All right, now let's break down our final story of the day. Plan B is a popular figure in the Bitcoin world as a pseudo-anonymous analyst, well known for his stock-to-flow price model. In basic terms, the model quantifies the commodity's scarcity and then divides it by the yearly issuance, which is the flow. And for quite some time now, Plan B and many other stock-to-flow fans have insisted that if the model is correct, Bitcoin could one day reach $100,000 and in the future possibly $1 million per coin. However, in June and July, the Bitcoin prices pulled back a great deal after reaching a value of more than 64,800, which is the current all-time high. And after the price drop, Plan B was still confident that the Bitcoin bull is not over. Following the last stock-to-flow update, Plan B spoke about his model on August 27th and gave a prediction. Bitcoin stock-to-flow model predicts $100,000 by Christmas. Time model, diminishing returns and lengthening cycles, which coincides with that of on-chain analyst Willy Woo. 30,000 next months will be key. Note that color overlay is on-chain signal, not time to halving, indicating we are between the bottom in the blue and top in the red in line with the stock to flow, as you can see right here in this chart. And for stock to flow to be invalidated, that would mean the Bitcoin price doesn't reach a minimal of $100,000 by December. Now let's discuss the time model discussion as Plan B's stock to flow preference. IntoTheVerses.com's Benjamin Cohen replied to Plan B's August 27 tweet and shared, the time model just shows the fair value. It does not say that the price of Bitcoin has to be that price at a certain time. We can move above and below it like we do with the stock to flow model. And Plan B responded to Cohen's statement and shared, of course, Bitcoin price can move above and below both models. The point is that Bitcoin price is currently above the time model, so it's not illogical to expect lower prices if you follow the time model, and the price of Bitcoin is below stock to flow model, so it is logical to expect higher prices if you follow the stock to flow. Now, Plan B has been bullish about Bitcoin for a long time as I've been covering the stock to flow model right here in the show. The model's creator often said that Bitcoin will see 6-digit prices, and he believes the model is on track. The pseudo-anonymous analyst tweets about the stock to flow regularly, among other statistics and figures that are tethered to Bitcoin, as he more recently shared as well. Nobody who bought Bitcoin and hodled for 4+ years, which is 200 weeks, lost money ever. Also, both the 200-week moving average and realized cap, which is the average cost price of all 18.8 million BTC, are currently at all-time highs, which is another massively bullish indicator, as pointed out right here in this chart. And checking out some of the responses, Starling wrote, definitely cool, but this is the exact kind or something statement and thinking that makes people so vulnerable to a black swan. In this case, it's the moment a 4-year hodl doesn't make money. Just because it never happened before, eventually it will happen, right? And Plan B responded, nah, my kind of thinking is more like, or there will be a black swan and Bitcoin goes to zero, or Bitcoin continues its 10-year plus path and does another 10x in 4 years. So at 0 versus 10x, that's as good as it gets in my book. And if Bitcoin was to 10x from the current price of around 50,000, that would put each Bitcoin valued at approximately $500,000 per BTC. I also like to point out that the stock to flow cross asset model, better known as stock to flow X, predicts a $288,000 Bitcoin price medium average within the next 4 years. Now let's talk about the stock to flow model versus the time model, as Plan B recently shared in this other tweet. Why I prefer the stock to flow model: it tells you when the price increases after the halvings. It's more robust parameters. Time is not an input variable. Stock to flow X, not a time series. Interpolation possible and usable with other assets. And on June 20th, Plan B shared his worst case scenarios for the king of all crypto. And for August, it's 47,000, September 43,000, October 63,000, November 98,000, and December a minimal of 135,000 close before the end of this year. And he also goes on to share his best case scenario as he tweets here, wait until you see my base case and best case scenarios. Okay, a hint, best case December, $450,000 per BTC. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments right down below. Now for a quick recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. Bitcoin whales joined the small fish and buying Bitcoin as the price holds above $47,000. Also in today's show, we discussed Bitcoin bull and bear cycles to become a thing of the past, according to on-chain analyst and statistician Willy Woo. Also in today's show, we discussed Ethereum ready for a massive run, according to Altcoin Daily, who explained why. Also in today's show, we discussed Plan B's stock to flow Bitcoin price model, predicting a $100,000 Bitcoin price by Christmas, worst case scenario, as stock to flow creator discusses the time model. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below. All right, now for the top 3 comments from yesterday's episode. Jarrett Meadows wrote, I wonder if the global derivatives market was factored into that 418 trillion representing the world's current total wealth. I suspect not. Several asset classes, including cryptocurrencies, will benefit if and when that market pops and a flight to something more stable ensues. Does that translate to Satoshi at some point in the future being on par with the dollar? Who knows, but I'm willing to venture a guess that Bitcoin will give it a good run considering the current rate of adoption. Just my 2 Satoshis. I appreciate the feedback and thanks for tuning in. Jarrett, this next comment comes from Joshi, who wrote, hey, just want to say thanks for your great news videos. I find them easier to watch than others, so it's nice to have a regular update in just a few minutes. Your style is easy on the ear and not irritating, unlike some others. Keep it up. I appreciate your support, fam. Thank you for tuning in. And the third and final comment comes from Jeff, who wrote, I'm an airline pilot and wake up no matter where I am in the world and turn on my phone to listen to this podcast. Love what you do, man. Keep at it. Cheers from the friendly skies. Thank you, Jeff, for the continued support and to be featured in tomorrow's episode. Be sure to drop me a comment right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto revolution. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button and hit that bell icon to turn on all notifications to help me get to 50,000 subs. Also, be sure to smash my referral link in the description right down below to claim your BlockFi Bitcoin rewards, Visa credit cards so you can start earning 3.5% back in Bitcoin on all your purchases. Let's start stacking those sats, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.